Ginny Tilby, and I'm an artist, an illustrator, and an author. Artist and illustrator are kind of the same thing. I'm going to answer some questions. So, first question is, what is my favorite medium? My favorite medium, honestly, is just pencil on paper. Until recently, I discovered an iPad. So now I draw all my pictures on this thing with this pencil. It literally can well, it's not working right now, but this is the coolest thing. So now I draw all my pictures. You can see it still looks like pencil. So just drawing, I prefer drawing more than I prefer painting or sculpture or ceramics. Yeah, just drawing is my favorite thing to do. Okay, second question. What is my favorite color? Oh, actually that's a hard question. I really like rich colors. Deep, rich purples and reds and greens and blues. It's really hard for me to pick a favorite color. I don't know if I have one. Deep, maybe a red. Like a rose red? Probably a deep red. But on other days, sometimes I really, really love a good ocean blue. Like that deep greenish ocean blue. Love it. Second question is, what things did you like to draw as a kid? When I was a kid, I used to love drawing animals. I used to collect calendars, and they always had animals in them, and I'd rip out the pages of the animals after the year was over and Mom and Dad were going to throw away the calendar. I'd be like, no, don't throw it away. And I'd keep it, and then I'd rip out a page. I would put the animals all over my room, on my walls. I had goats and lions and bears and tigers and ducks and eagles and puppies. I had a lot of puppies. Sometimes I'd take it off my wall and I'd stick it right next to me on the table, and then I would look at it and then I'd try to draw it, and then I'd try to draw it, and I just did that over and over. And I would draw all the animals I could find in the National Geographic magazines. So I love drawing animals. I loved to draw Simba on The Lion King. I got really good at drawing Simba. At first I started out tracing it. I put a paper on top of the movie cover, and then I traced it so many times that I got good at it that I didn't need to trace it anymore. I just remembered how to draw it. And then I would go to school, and my friends would be like, will you draw a picture of Simba for me? And I would be like, yeah, and I would draw Simba for them. And then when I grew up, my friend Sarah actually sent me a picture that I drew. She still had it. She kept it all those years. What do I like to draw now? The same things, actually. Like, if I think about what I draw the most, I still draw animals the most. And you can tell, like, if you look at my book, it's all animals. It's got, like, all these different, like, giraffe, crocodile, monkeys, bird, flamingo, a possum, and a hippo. So animals are still my favorite thing to draw. I still like drawing people too. I love to exaggerate their features and make them really funky looking. Like this one I just drew last night actually. But he's got a big chin and like funky lip, and his hair is all funny, and his ear is huge, and then he's got teeny tiny little feet and these tiny little hands. So I like to make them really funny looking if I'm gonna draw people. I don't really like to draw trees and plants or buildings very much. I would rather draw animals and people. Sometimes I like to draw funny creatures that I make up in my head, like creatures that don't actually exist. What did you as a kid want to be when you grew up? I wanted to be, well, once I wanted to be a teacher, but I always said I wanted to be an artist, and now I'm an artist. I used to say I wanted to write and illustrate children's books. And guess what? I totally did it. That's what I used to say all the time when I was a kid, and now I totally did it. And what kind of schooling have I done? In elementary school, and middle school, and high school. Then I went to Utah State, and I took some art classes there. And then I went to Weber State and took a bunch more art classes there. And then Weber State didn't teach my program anymore because I wanted to go specifically into illustration. So I had to go to Utah Valley University, where they had the best illustration program with the best teachers, and they taught me really, really good things. I would never have been able to do this book without those teachers because they taught me a lot of cool stuff that helped me to make this. How does it feel to be a published author illustrator? It feels awesome! Like, really good. I highly recommend it if anyone wants to try it. It's the best feeling. And the last question, can you show us your process? So now I'm going to show you my process. Ready? Here we go. Okay, I want to talk to you about how to draw starting with shapes. Basic shapes like circles, triangles, and squares. So we're going to draw a hippopotamus. And first we're going to start with some circles. Ready? Here we go. Here's the first circle for the top of the head. This is like his skull, where his eyes are. And now I'm going to draw a circle for his nose, because hippos have big noses. 2 little circles for, guess, ears. Good guess. Now we're going to figure out where the bottom of his mouth goes. 2 little squares for, guess what those are? Some teeth. 1 big circle for his body. See, just lots and lots of circles and 2 little squares. Now that we have it mapped out, now that we have a little map of circles, we can start making our lines darker. Start out with light lines. Then you can go in and start making them darker. 2 little baby circles for a nose. And we'll keep making the lines darker. 2 circles for eyeballs. There's some 2 eyes. 1 circle for his cheek. Chubby little cheek. Hippo's got cute chub cheeks. So circle for chubby cheeks. And now we're going to block out the squares. We're going to fill in those teeth with the squares, make those darker too. See how easy that was to draw since we made a map of circles first? Always start with basic shapes. Now I can fill in the eyes. I think he's looking at you. Give him some little eyebrows. Do 1 other circle in the background, make it light. We can make it dark after we know where it is for his other cheek. Now he has 2 cheeks. Be funny if he only had 1 cheek, huh? Little smiley face. Next, let's draw another one. Let's start with circles again, okay? Get a little blank one. See if you can guess what it is. Let's start with 1 big circle. And then 1 little circle for the nose. Another 1 big circle for the body. That's where his belly is. We're going to do 2 long shapes for the 2 front legs. Wonder what this could be. I think he'll have a big spot on his eye. Maybe some floppy ears. Make them a little floppy. So 2 circles for some ears. Block out some, we'll make some circles for his back legs. Some circles for his feet. And now his front feet too. All 4 feet are little circles. A little tail. Maybe we'll go around there. Maybe right there. Now we've got our map. Let's make these lines darker and finish him up. What does he look like? You probably guessed it. 'Cause you're so smart. It's a doggy. Good guess. So make our lines darker now with our dog. Turn these circles into floppy ears like we wanted. Here's some ears. Make his little spot a little darker. Bring out his hind legs, his back legs. Oh, too dark. Give him some feet. Make these lines darker for his front legs. Make his little feet darker. There's this other leg. rest of his back. And his little tail have a little curl to it. Little curve. Little place for his tongue. We'll throw a little tongue in there. Dogs are always sticking their tongues out, aren't they? And then I think we'll give him some more spots. Maybe his name can be Spot. Alright, Spot, I'll give you some more spots. Some on your legs, on your ear, another on your face. I'll shade them in. I like to tip my pencil to the side and start shading. Did you notice? I didn't do any erasing. It's really, really good practice to never erase. Alright everyone, have a wonderful day. Go make some art.